JJ the CPA here. Hope you all are doing well. I am popping on. I see my soulmate. Is my soulmate on here? How do I? Okay, so I wanted to come on and do a live. I was wanting to give a stimulus update each day. One of the things that I have been a little frustrated with is people providing daily updates when they really mean nothing. There is a deadline. Darren, how are you? Glenda, good to see you. Eva, One Cool P. The Amanda is on with us. Hey, babe. So I was just coming on real quick. Z Robert 66, hello, sir. And let's see, got this light here. This light here. All right, well, this kind of looks like the set when I went on Fox News and we had lights everywhere. Rob, what's going on? Jason and Gilda and Greg and Shay and Yolanda and Dax CPA, what's going on? What's up? And the Mounties and Mac Washington, Kim Truck Doe, Eagle 7. Hey, what's going on? Thank you for jumping on. The reason I wanted to pop on real quick is I want to provide a daily stimulus update, and I just did not have time to do anything in advance. So I thought, you know what, I'll just go live. And we normally go live on Mondays at 4. I've got a major tax deadline tomorrow, September 15th. And just only so much time in the day. There is not much going on right now. So it's just good to see you all. There is some things to talk about on the unemployment. I had a couple of videos on that. Patty B, how are you? And Charlotte. Charlotte and I were just on a Zoom together for almost 2 hours. And we've got Karen, hey, from Cali, and Joseph, Indiana. I appreciate that. And Gene McIntyre, you're right. I am 4 hours late. And Darren, thumbs up. I really appreciate that. So what's going on right now with the Senate and the House, I think is just still the political pandering. And without trying to take sides of whose fault it is, at this point, I am just really disappointed with everybody up in Washington. We know that last week, nothing new here, that the skinny bill by the Senate didn't pass. We know that today, the U.S. Secretary of Treasury is saying, let's go. We don't need to worry about the deficit. We don't need to worry about the debt. We need to get checks out. So I'm sure there were plenty of people on YouTube that had all kinds of clickbait going on, that checks are coming today and checks are coming tomorrow. That's part of why I wanted to start doing this daily update. It's more just to give the real story that there's just not anything going on right now. We do know that the unemployment has been paying out related to the president's executive order. Nothing new there. What is new is that FEMA did come out. This isn't new today, but FEMA did come out and say it's up to 6 weeks, and they're allocating to all states. I think it's 47 states now have connected with FEMA. And FEMA did say it is up to 6 weeks, but there is only $44 billion. They've already spent $30 billion. And once it hits $44 billion, I'm not saying this as a panic, but there isn't any more. So I've put out a couple of unemployment videos on this, just trying to be informative and provide links. And some have said, no, FEMA said it'll be 6 weeks until it runs out of money. If you look at Texas, West Virginia, I think, I've got an update on unemployment coming out, but I've got some links. Those states have indicated it's probably going to be 5 weeks. And so all that's to say is there's also, I think, a little bit of misconception on the unemployment that it'll come automatic. Some states it might. I don't think that that's the norm, that it would be automatic. And so my videos have been on the unemployment, just trying to encourage you to apply. If you're in those unfortunate circumstances, go apply, follow up. go to my channel. I did 2 unemployment videos over the weekend, and I've got links in both on how to get to your state. But the money's running out, and I think when that runs out, when we hit October, we're going to be 4 weeks out from the election. It'll be time for the politicians to start handing out lollipops, and so maybe they'll finally get something through. The Secretary of Treasury, I think, is probably trying to bang on a bunch of doors to try and get these checks to go out. Everybody seems to be on the same page about these stimulus checks. Seems like an obvious that those are going to go out. So I don't know if DC's just trying to get those checks to arrive the week before the election. It's getting ridiculous. I know that the House Speaker today indicated that they aren't going to do a piecemeal. Trump had suggested, well, maybe we should just do like a bill on PPP, a bill on the stimulus, a bill on the unemployment, which could be a great idea. But the Speaker of the House said, we're not going to do that. I think she said, we don't want to go on a cheap date and just settle. So the Speaker of the House wants to make sure that everybody is included in whatever bill is going to be passed. We know if the skinny bill passed last week, it did not, but if it did, there's no way it was going to pass the House, given that it was only $650 billion. So right now, I think the Republicans are sitting on the weak side. The Democrats are in a stronger position, but there are a number of Democrats, all the politicians in the House are up for election every 2 years. So there's a number of the Democrats that are starting to tell the Speaker, like, okay, we probably need to do something though here. So I don't know. I definitely think we got a game of chicken going on here. And the American people, we're in the middle of it. And so I just have said all along, I want you to remember who's taking care of you when you go to the polls. I mean, if you're a Republican and your Republican senator, your Republican representative is not acting, then I think you should vote against them. I don't know how it's really the president's fault, because the president can't sign anything. I'm not telling you I like Trump or I'm against Trump. All I'm telling you is I don't know how any of this is actually the president's fault. It's just not. I mean, everybody wants to blame the president, whether it's Obama or Bush 1 or Clinton or Reagan or the current president, Trump. And the presidents always get stuff hung on their neck. And for some reason, the senators in the House of Reps, they're just so cunning that they blame everything on the president. How's that even possible? The president can only sign what's been put on his desk. I don't think the president's planning on vetoing anything. I'm not telling you need to vote for the president. I don't think voting for the president's going to help you with your unemployment. Voting for the president's not going to help you with PPP or unemployment or stimulus checks. It doesn't matter if Biden's in or Trump's in. This is in the House and in the Senate. Biden or Trump would sign anything at this point that's going to hit their desk. So for me, vote for who you like for president, right? Who pumps you up, who gets you excited for the long haul. But call your congressman, call your senator. Like, can you imagine if you called them? So I plan to do a video where I'm going to call as many as I can live. So anyways, you know me, I really try and stay away from politics, but I am telling you right now, if you're a Republican and your Republican, name it, is not doing their job, why are you voting for them if you need this? Now, maybe the Democrat's the worst choice, or if you're a Democrat and you don't want to vote for the Democrat because they're not taking care of you and the Republican's the worst choice, I get it. But at this point, we're talking about people losing their houses and their livelihood. That is my update. So I'm going to say hi to everybody. That's my update. And I'm just being honest with you. There's just not anything new going on. And so guard yourself on news that you're getting. Forbes magazine is a great source because they don't seem to take sides in politics, and they're not trying for you to read their article because they're convinced that you're going to be convinced that you're going to read their article because it says good news. All right, Gene, have a good night. Appreciate you. Eagle 7, thanks for being on. And Let's see, Joseph and with flying colors. Hey, what's going on? I don't have Amanda with me right now, so I just went solo. Amanda's with her son right now. But anyways, Brent Richard just got my books today. Thank you for that. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And Amanda says, smash the thumbs up. I really appreciate that. Got 93 on. Thank you for that so much. And let's see, it just popped down. And we've got Thorman Jerry Jr. Good to see you. Hello. Certified copy. Tony here. Long Island loves you. Oh, well, I appreciate that. Certified copy. I love that. We got Kimberly Adams. Hello. And Boomer Fitness. What's going on? Charlotte, there is so much clickbait. It's annoying. Yeah, it is. I get mad. Darren, Pennsylvania said 3 weeks. Oh, wow. Okay. So only 3 weeks. Yeah, I think some of it's probably population that's on the unemployment, unfortunately. Let's see. And the Mounties, chicken, whatever that means. I like it, though. I haven't seen the chicken, not icon, but the chicken thingy there. Eva, I agree with you. Pedal Spin Studio. Cindy, how are you? Jean and Paul. Rob, yes, that would be very interesting, calling representatives. So I plan to do that. See what happens. Maybe it'll give a little. Maybe we'll get a little buzz out of it, and kind of maybe even provide an example. Sounds silly, but how do you call them? What do you say? You're just going to talk to a staffer, a super nice staffer that's working their hardest, probably volunteering their time. That you just have to give them one sentence, and it probably represents 1,000 or 2,000. people, meaning one call to an office probably would tell a senator or a congressman about 1,000 or more believe that. Could be even and higher than that. So, Z Robert, oh, Gene said good insight. I thought you said good night. And Kelly, what's going on? Kim, Eunice, hi, thanks for all the info. Well, I appreciate that. Thanks for popping in. Brother for life, I truly appreciate all that you do for us. Well, I appreciate that. Appreciate you. Thanks for watching. The Mounties, Tarrant County, just sent today my business. Oh, okay, 10K for the Tarrant County business, a grant. If viewers are in Texas, it's not a lot, but got teeth, absolutely. Tarrant County, well, we're not far away. I'm glad that you got that. And I haven't done a video on local grants. I think I've mentioned it a while ago, but there's so many different ones out there, and it's not sure how people get to it. So I haven't done a video on it because I feel like it would be just stating, hey, check your state and check your local. But, you know, it's probably a good thing to say right now. So I really appreciate you saying that. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, the Mounties. Paul, thank you for that. You were great. Coach's Pit Barbecue, how are you, sir? Well, I don't have my stuff right now. I think I've got it in the car. Let's see. And we got Brother for Life. Is there anything being said about the EIDL? Oh, thank you for asking about that. Yes. No, nothing new. We know the grant ran out, but the SBA really hasn't given any kind of warnings or indications that it's running out of money. You know, they're just doing up to the $150,000. It is a loan, so that's why I think the EIDL, while it's not just endless, but nothing new, no new money's coming out, no second round, so to speak. They have made it pretty streamlined if you want to be reconsidered. I've got somebody that they call the SBA with their application number. If you didn't get the full $150,000, double check that when you did your application, you didn't put your COGS as all your expenses. The SBA came out, might have only been 3 weeks ago, and said, hey, COGS are not expenses. COGS are cost of goods sold, as in if your service industry doesn't count, meaning you don't have any COGS. So I know a number of people that are doing the reconsideration. So if you get a hold of the SBA, they'll shoot you an email, and what they're going to want you to do is sign a release, if you will, an IRS form that allows them to double check your information with the IRS and provide a reason, give copies of your most recent tax returns, which they can get anyways. and then they'll reconsider it. And if your purpose or your reasoning is that you thought expenses were COGS, you'd probably get more. But that's all that's really new on that. I see a question here. Let me pop to it. Yes, let's see. So yeah, thank you for that question there, Brother for Life. Darren, Governor Wolf of Pennsylvania, the court ruled that he is keeping the state closed is unconstitutional. Wow, okay. Well, yeah, the courts having to get involved. It'll be interesting also coming around, you know, election time. Not that every governor's up for election this time. So Bobby747, JJ, only one would never clickbait us. Oh, thank you for that. I tell you what though, yesterday morning, I had I had a video just said stimulus check update, and in the regarding line, I even said, you know, #1 stimulus check, you know, like the first one. And someone put in the comments, you know, clickbait. Oh man, it made me so mad. I left like 14 comments, and then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna block them, and I'll delete all my comments. I don't need to justify myself, because after that, there were a number of you fine, wonderful individuals out there that made some comments to the contrary. So I really appreciate that, because I do want people to watch my videos, but if you'll notice, which you have, I really try and just come with information, no false hope, and trying to provide links. So anytime I go, I double check information and try and provide links where people can go for information. So I really appreciate that. Let's see. And we got Patty B, how are you? Patty sent Amanda and I some really neat floating big noodles, and we were on them this weekend. I will admit, we did spend a little time in the pool. Intuit Payroll not changing employee withholdings for some reason. Oh, interesting. You might have to go into the settings. Now, I don't know if if you're using the Intuit service online, but you probably are going to have to manually go into the settings and take a look at that. If you go to lists and then payroll items, and then in your payroll items, find the Social Security and edit that, and maybe there's something in there, and then you probably did, but make sure you've done your payroll updates. Let's see, Cindy with Pedal Spin Studio, fighting the smoke out here in Southern Cal. Gosh, no doubt. I mean, and then also now up in Oregon, I was glad to see that snow fell in Colorado. So Amanda was telling me some tragic things going on in Oregon and obviously down in California. Captain Phillips, how are you? Captain Phillips, our big winner from Friday. If you didn't tune in, I am selling my new book, Cracking the CPA Code. And I had a bribe. If you didn't know about it, it was a straight up bribe. If you bought my book and sent me a receipt, I put your name in the hat and we drew it. And Friday, Captain Phillips won $1,000. And Captain will attest that we paid it right away, plus the 100. And Amanda, I think we need to, I can't remember who won the other $100. Oh yeah. Weston paid he got the $100 and I paid him cash. So we had a couple of contests. But anyway, so Captain, good to see you, my friend. And let's see, Hugo V, thank you for that. And okay, so I hate it. I'm so terrible with names, but Miss Dillard, put it that way, on the PPP. So nothing new with PPP 2.0, of course. On the forgiveness, banks seem to be still wanting to wait for applications to be submitted. It does seem like banks are quietly, though, opening up the portal. The biggest thing to remember is that the 24-week option, this is your biggest thing. So if you're getting ready to pop off, hear this one if you got PPP. The biggest thing to remember is when you're filling out that application to have the 24-week option, whether you're the employer or self-employed, in that covered period, put 24 weeks, 168 days, no matter when you hand in that application, because you can hand it in before the 24 weeks is up. If you select the 24 weeks as the self-employed, it does not mean you have to consider that income for 24 weeks. At worst, PPP is 8 weeks for the self-employed. The 24-week option for the self-employed allows you to use the same calculation for forgiveness as was used when getting the loan. So that's so crucial, because it tells the bank and the SBA you're going with that 24-week option there. So that'd probably be my one thing to say on the PPP forgiveness. I still haven't come up with one circumstance why someone would want to use the 8-week at all. I was just talking with a client today, great client, brain surgeon. And he's like, why the 8 and the 24? Why should I? So in like one sentence, he's like, makes total sense. I don't know why the instructions didn't just lay it out just like that, but the 24 weeks. So thank you. Boy, Lucretia, probably still pronounced it wrong. Gene, yes, waiting on the rub. So Coach's Pit Barbecue, we have, oh, you know what? I do have it. I'm coming right back. Give me 8 seconds. I'm coming right back. Okay, so I have a question. If you haven't seen this yet, how many of you have seen a CPA on a barbecue rub canister right here? So Coach's Pit Barbecue, okay, he's a great friend. He's become a client. He's out in California. He's a client of JJ the CPA, my 12-week program. Great supporter of my Instagram channel. Really appreciate you, Coach. But I asked Coach to do this. So I asked Coach to put this together. This is cracking the dry rub code. And if you go to coachespitbarbecue.com, you would be helping a veteran. He is a combat veteran. And he doesn't wear this on his shoulder, but I'm going to tell it to you. But he is a disabled combat veteran, gave his knee and his ankle for this country. But anyways, I've set this up. It's a special version of it. Yes, it's expensive. But the reason it's expensive, for 2 reasons. One, because I really want it to be a help to Coach. It's meant to be a help to Coach. Now, if you don't like the price tag on this, he does have his regular rubs, which they're less expensive. It's just not the same amount of help, of course, to Coach. I don't get any of the money, just to be clear. I'm not getting any of the money. It all goes to Coach. The second reason you want to do this is that Amanda and I, with Coach, are going to have a virtual barbecue cookout dinner with 100 of you. I guess it'll be 98. So Coach is going to teach me on a Zoom how to barbecue. You get to be invited. It's bring your own barbecue, bring your own beverages, but you get to join the Zoom, be a part of the Zoom, interact with us on the Zoom, and so we'll send you a link. So it's just an added, hey, wouldn't it be fun to help Coach and then come to a barbecue? That barbecue is September 25th, which is a Friday, 4 p.m. I do see a few questions. I had told Amanda, I said, I'm just going to go on for like 10 minutes real quick. You all know where that goes. Okay. Yeah, Miss Dillard, nothing new on the second round. The government's just, they're doing their little contests to see who's got the bigger bike as they're playing chicken. So it's terrible. Let's see. Mohammed, thank you for coming on. I appreciate that. Dax, CPA, so good to see you. Thanks, JJ. Okay, now I need to get my own corp return done. I hear you on that, my friend. I hear you on that. Samir SF, can you talk about the state scandals about the hidden money? Oh, you know what? I'm going to have to read up on that one. I'll have to read up on that one. I've had my tax deadline. I do keyword searches on stimulus and PPP and unemployment. And I'll be honest with you, usually if I see the stuff about the the fraud and all that. I haven't really spent a lot of time reading on it. So I'll take a look at that, because that sounds like a new story there. There's tons of local grants. Most are through the county and city. That's how I found mine. I'm so glad with Flying Colors. Huge, huge, always on. Thank you for being on with Flying Colors. Amanda, I call her our niece. Levi Thomas, Google your state, city, and county. Oh, yeah, excellent idea. I mean, seriously. I really appreciate the comments because they've been helpful. What I've really loved is in the last 2 videos about unemployment, people have been really helpful in it, helping other people. So I thought that that's been great, giving suggestions and ideas. Let's see. Coaches says they're shipping out tomorrow. What's the bottom line? Nobody knows. Yeah, Adam Hefner. What's the bottom line? Nobody knows. Kyle Jones, do you think the EIDL will change from a loan to a grant? I really don't, Kyle. It's a good question. I'm getting it a lot. And the reason for it is the EIDL has been around for a long time. Honestly, I don't think I even knew that. I thought the EIDL was out of the coronavirus pandemic. And then I went, like, when it all first started going down, then you're looking at it and like, wow, this has been around for a long time. So if they did that, then they would have to do that for people that have gotten it for all the other disasters and all that. And that'd be wonderful if they did it. It's just that by it being a loan program, they give out more money because they're going to get it paid back, obviously. But I think they would have way too much to forgive. So I see zero chance of the EIDL, the loan part, and I know that's what you're talking about there, Adam. Or Kyle, I'm sorry. Is there a $29 charge for that? I'm probably missing what that one's about. Adam, how can you apply for stuff then they change the rules? Yeah, no doubt. You know, if you really got in a hassle over it, if you read in the fine print of the SBA guidelines, there are certain ones that says it's not retroactive. But I haven't really come across anything that I feel like I need to draw attention to on that, but just FYI. Let's see. Yes, Captain Phillips, no room for trolls. Well, we must have had some trolls. I haven't seen them yet. Gene, Houston is slow with the grants. Let's see. Glenda, nice glasses. Thank you, Glenda. Glenda, if you don't know, those of you who don't know Glenda, she has a wonderful granddaughter that's been doing some videos to promote cracking the CPA code, as well as JJ the CPA. We really appreciate that. Patty B, and we got Johnny McClinton. What about reopening the churches? Haven't heard anything. Oh yeah, I haven't heard anything about that either, except I know there's local churches here. I know that, don't hold it against me, I didn't go to church yesterday, but Nick, Amanda's son, went to church, but it was the first time that Sunday school was open. And so I don't know what the overall thoughts are on that. Let's see. With Flying Colors. Let's see. Gene and Captain. I love it. You guys, everybody knows each other and saying hi to each other. I love it. I love it. Jay Davis, but what if you've received unemployment? So Jay Davis, if I think you were talking about maybe related to PPP. You know, most states, they don't seem to care about the PPP. There's a few that they're asking specifically, which I think you would know. But the PPP is a loan until it's forgiven. It's not considered income by the CARES Act. It defined it as. So, you know what? I had a lot of videos on the unemployment and trying to figure it out and how do you do it together. I think at worst, it covers you for 8 weeks, but for most people, you know, in terms of self-employed, you know, the PPP has no tax effect for the self-employed. You don't reduce down your expenses. So if a state's not making it clear that PPP affects unemployment, I don't think it affects unemployment. Now, that's just my personal opinion. Every state's going to be different. But I just don't think the PPP is meant to affect unemployment. But you'll have to check with the state on that. And Wassam, JJ, cracking all PPP codes, but I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And let's see, Coach's Pit Barbecue, I don't go anywhere without it. That's right. Yeah, on my Instagram, I had a couple of funnies where I was pumping gas. So I've been carrying this in my car, Coach. So I was pumping some gas, and I just did a quick 15-second video, and I was like, I don't go anywhere without my Coach's Pit Barbecue. Let's see, the Amanda, on fire, cracking the rub, Captain Phillips says. Jay Davis, would you still use the 24 weeks if you receive PPP before receiving PUA unemployment? Yes. So Jay Davis, the 24 weeks is actually only your option. It doesn't mean it's for 24 weeks. It sounds crazy, but when you read through the SBA, the instructions and all that, it does not all, it's clear that it's not intended that it's now supposed to last you. It's not supposed to last you 24 weeks. So you still want to do the 24 weeks, and that should have no effect to PUA, for sure not after 8 weeks. So thank you for clarifying, because Jay Davis, you probably need the support, so get it. I appreciate that. Dang, those barbecue rubs are. Looking for some shoulder rub. Let's see. Oh man, here we go. I tried to show Brent's, yeah. Can't wait to crack my CPA rub. I love that. Mac Washington shipping to St. Louis, Missouri. You bet, Coach Will. Thank you so much for that. CoachesPitBarbecue.com. And let's see, Coach's Pit Barbecue. I'm going to share some tips and tricks from the Pitmaster. And let's see, Making Me Hungry. Pedal Spin Studio will be there, that's for sure. Licks 59. Somebody say barbecue. I love it. We got Coach's Pit Barbecue on with us right now. You probably haven't just joined us, but just in case, my good friend, Coach from California, they've been closed down since mid-March, other than 3 weeks. He is a veteran. He's a combat veteran. He was on 27 missions, if I got that right. Jumped out of an airplane, became disabled. He was set to be in there for 20 years, had to get out after 11. Got his degree, got his master's, became a special education teacher and a football coach. And then in March of 2019, opened up his own barbecue business. He had been doing barbecue for the football team, and it led to doing some other things. And so he went to do that full time and was just rocking and rolling. So Coach's Pit Barbecue. And yeah, okay, 27 airborne missions. And right about the time he hit 1 year anniversary, we know we had the shutdown. The reason that I want to ask you all to help me help Coach is the county's requiring him to do some modifications to his barbecue trailer. He just been closed. So this is just a way we can, it's like in a lot of ways we can help someone that's in a state that's really been it's in a state that's being very cautious about COVID. We know Pedal Spin Studio's been down the whole time other than 3 weeks. I've been in my reality show. So nonetheless, Coach's Pit Barbecue, help out a veteran. And if you don't like the price tag, of JJ the CPA, I said it, I set the price tag. Then you can pick up Coach's Pit Barbecue right here. I think it's 20 bucks. There is shipping on top of that, but $20. Anything helps Coach. And I think he would just appreciate, people buying his stuff, just shows a little love. So, okay. We got James Leggett Jr. Good evening. Thanks for being on. Licks 59 just sold our barbecue joint. Thanks. Oh, man. Jeez. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. That's terrible. And you say you sold it, so I'm hoping that maybe you were able to get something out. Adam Hefner, thank you so much. Adam Hefner, commercial. John Hamilton, JJ the CPA, my man. Hope you're doing well, John. Great to see you. Brother for life. Let's get this barbecue party started. I love it. Benjamin, hi, what are the chances of PPP 2.0? I think PPP 2.0 and the unemployment and the stimulus check, I think it's 100% chance. It's just a matter of when. I do think, though, PPP2 will have a qualifier with it that will be that your gross revenues was down. Originally in the HEALS Act that never passed anything, it was 50%. But then when they did the skinny bill last week, even though it didn't pass the Senate, they moved it to 35%. I think they'll land on 25%. They're going to limit it to the small employers. I think in the HEALS and Skinny Act, it was employers with 300 employees or less. And they're going to carve out special dollars. They're proposed so far to carve out special dollars for employers that are 25 employees or less. They're going to carve out special dollars, all proposed here for the smaller banks. So I feel like the PPP is the 2.0 is going to happen. I will tell you this, and I don't think I've even put it in a video, but I'm a little concerned if they're going to do PPP for the self-employed. We got Jackie, first time finding you live. Hey, Jackie. But I don't know that. I mean, I haven't seen anything that says the self-employed is not going to get it. I think what would be better for the self-employed is to give some real unemployment benefits. Because a lot of the self-employed, when you take into account home office and mileage and other deductions that they're allowed, a lot of self-employed didn't get a lot of PPP. There were a lot that were like, I'm not going to take PPP if it's going to reduce down my unemployment. So I think there'll be PPP for the self-employed. I'm just concerned about that one. I do feel like we're going to get PPP 2.0. And I've got a few clients that they need it. They really need it because the banks have exhausted. They've gotten EIDL. They got the PPP, and they're running low on this stuff. Okay, let's see. John Jasper, I'll buy the book if I get CPE. Hey, John, I am working on that. I won't be able to do CPE for free, but I am looking to do CPE next year for CPAs on a Zoom and try and provide it, be a little more fun, maybe a little cheaper than the competition. And let's see, Al Ray, JJ, thanks for the link. Oh shoot, Al Ray, thanks for the link to the UI help. I'm trying to get my UA since April. Jiminy Christmas. Well, Al, what state are you in? If you're in, maybe someone that's on here is from your state and they might be able to tell you. I will tell you this, I don't know if you're a gig worker, independent contractor, self-employed, but I have seen a number of comments that have indicated that you want to apply for unemployment, like regular unemployment first, and then you'll probably get denied because you're self-employed or gig or an independent contractor, and then they will put you on. So here's what's interesting. I have been reading up on this, and there's pandemic unemployment assistance, the PUA. That was the $600. There's pandemic emergency unemployment compensation, and then there's pandemic unemployment compensation. So I am working on a video to try and be concise. I've already got all the links set up for it. I just haven't had the time, but I've got a new video coming out where I'm going to go through the 3 different types because I knew from the beginning, I know Gene McIntyre, who's on, when we were getting to the end of July, I was like, well, listen, the pandemic unemployment, the pandemic emergency unemployment compensation is supposed to continue. The $600 a week ended July 31st, but there's supposed to be an additional amount being paid out. It just depends on the state. So anyways, I'm going to try and really put together a concise video to break those out. I found it's not a union, but it's a group of employees that work in a certain industry that put together this beautiful summary. So I spent probably, I'm just telling you, when I do my videos, I try and be informative, but I probably spent like an hour trying to read up on like all this and actually just re-educating myself, trying to deliver some good news. Because I tell you, who's hurting right now is people that are unemployed and the small business owners that work from home that aren't able to get traction, or a lot of the independent contractors, they're the first to go. You know, they're going to keep employees and they're going to get rid of independent contractors. So anyways, there's a lot of people out there hurting right now. Jackie, thank you so much for coming on live. I really appreciate that. Love the wave. I'm loving that. I'm going to have to figure out how to do some of these cool emojis there. Me and the kids will be there rubbing the meat. Boom, with the super rub. Appreciate it. John Jasper, can I do PPP easy form with $196,000 loan? I don't think there's any, it's yes, because it's under 2 million, unless I just got a trick question, but I would say yes, because I thought it was under 2 million on the EZ. Great question, John. I'll be doing a PPP update. I will look at that and get back to you 100%. Wait a minute. Let's see. Jackie, I'm going to return the EIDL if it makes 1,000 of my PPP unforgivable. So know this. I don't know how you return the EIDL, number one. Number two, okay, think of it this way. You got the 1,000 from the EIDL, which is going to make 1,000 of your PPP unforgivable. So in some ways, think of it as the PPP that you got that you're going to have to pay back, but then you got the EIDL. That EIDL, don't return the EIDL, in my opinion. Keep your EIDL to then have it to pay back the PPP. I know of no mechanism to actually pay back the SBA. I don't know that the SBA would process that quickly. So you may come out with a circumstance where it doesn't help you on your PPP forgiveness. You returned it and you have to pay 1,000 back. So I don't know, if you were my client, I would tell you to retain the EIDL, not pay it back, but then you're going to have that money in essence to make you whole on the PPP forgiveness. So that'd be my thought on that, Jackie. Yes, Paul, on the second round of PPP, I think we got 100% chance of that coming. And I don't say that with any clickbait, because I don't think I've ever said that in a video, Paul. Nate Walker, do we have a new stimulus package for unemployment benefits as of today? No, and I hate it. We do have the executive order. It's up to 6 weeks. There was $44 billion. Last I read, 30 billion, that was out of Forbes. 30 billion's been used, so there's only 14 billion left. Each state's being allocated. It is supposed to be up to 6 weeks, but the states are indicating that there's only so much. So I do know that in most states, you had to have been already qualifying for at least $100 of unemployment. It's supposed to be in addition to the unemployment that the state's paying out, and or in addition to the pandemic emergency unemployment compensation. I'm wanting to make sure I'm being very particular on the usage of these words, because I really have been picking apart the true differences between them. The C Mounties, can we get Wi-Fi to research different or grant for local businesses and list them? You know, it's a good thought. And we thought about doing that if you're talking about on Amanda, but there's just too many. I think someone had a good thought, just Google. I have been looking for a website that maybe had them, but so many of them, they're so specific, and the Mounties. The problem with that is that when I do a video as a certified public accountant, I feel obligated to try then to answer any questions that come out of it. And I feel obligated that I would need to know the answers to the questions, and or I would feel obligated to, you know, if there was a certain application that went along with it, how do I help with that? And so all I'm trying to say is I think there's too many out there. I didn't even do a video on the Oklahoma one just because I thought it would lead to too much confusion. So that's part of me with my videos. I'm trying to put together videos that help the most people and then don't get caught and put in a corner. And the other reason is I don't like people to be upset with me. I don't like people to be not pleased with me. I'm a people pleaser. And let's see, man, I'm way behind because I'm just now to coaches. Kelly Avery, hey coach, have a thought about jerky. Oh, you're talking about the real coach. With flying colors, my 24 weeks will be up in October, but Blue Vine is using third party for forgiveness and they won't accept my application yet. What happens if my 24 weeks is up and they don't have the app ready? No biggie, WFC, because you have 10 months from the end of the 24 weeks. And so you've got plenty of time, and hopefully you'll be getting full forgiveness, especially since you've been tuning in since day one, I believe. Okay, so coach was half in Iraq and the other half in undisclosed areas. Let's see, Pedal Spin Studio. Down, doobie, do, down, down. Jay has helped us navigate through so much. Thank you for that, Cindy. I really appreciate that. Oh, Licks 59 made out really well in the sale. Well, I'm sure you hated to sell it. You've been doing it a long time. 15 years, that's a long time. I talk about in my videos, you hit 15 years. You're sustainable, it's generational, franchisable. But congratulations, I'm glad that you did well, because in these times for you to do well on something like that, I know that you deserved it. Let's see. Bob Lewis, is there an easy short form for PPP forgiveness for 34K? Bob, yes, sir. If you go to jjthecpahelp.com, jjthecpahelp.com, I'll put it in the comments here. I have a page. That's my community service website, meaning you don't find any ways to hire me. I don't talk about cracking the CPA code or anything like that. But I have a page for the self-employed. And you'll use the PPP forgiveness application. And then check out, I've got a playlist that you're going to love. And it's for PPP self-employed forgiveness. And I go through the EZ app step by step. I bet you could have that EZ app done 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So check out that video. It says step by step. Got a playlist in it. Thanks for being on, Bob. Al Ray from Illinois. And we've got Dave. What's going on, Dave? David S. Will I need to apply PPP2 by the same bank, or how do I determine a loss in income? So David, not for sure on any of that because we know it's proposed, but I do feel very confident that you will be able to use a different bank. And I actually had a video a couple of weeks ago from somebody that was watching our live and had a question about it. I was like, that'd be a great idea for a video. But if your bank didn't get your PPP done properly or timely or quickly or whatever, then get with a new bank now. Smaller bank, credit union, bank that only has 3, 4, 5, branches. Those were the ones that got it done like that. I think they will get special allocation of funds because they did that with the second round. And then let's see. And then how do I determine a loss in income? So the way that I understand it, because I'm basing it on how you determine this same thing for the employee retention credit that came out of the CARES Act. It's just your gross income. So for now, we don't have anything to go on. For now, I would assume it would be based on your cash gross income, and it would be a comparison, all proposed, but the way it's written now is you take first quarter 2020 compared to first quarter 2019, or second quarter 2020 compared to second quarter 2019. And by the time they may get this relief stimulus package, it might even be a third quarter versus a third quarter. But as we know it now, it's a comparison. So I have been doing videos saying, get your financials in order. If you're self-employed, figure out what your gross is month by month on that. So David, thank you for being on. Oasis Petro, what's going on? We got Chris B. Thank you for being here. Good to see you, Chris. And Jackie Woohoo! I love it. We got Jason Gruber. Yo, what's up? Okay, yeah, and I think I answered it the way that you were indicating, Jackie, on the grant. And we've got Cupcake Paper. Will they forgive the EIDO loan? I really don't think so, Cupcake, because Cupcake Paper, because there's been EIDL for a long time. It's been around a long time, so they'd have to forgive a lot of people on their EIDLs, and we just don't. We don't have the budget for it. They give it out because it's going to be paid back. Hey, real quick, if you just joined us, I want you to support my good friend, Coach's Pit Barbecue. He's in California, combat veteran. He's been closed since mid-March, except for 3 weeks. 27 airborne missions. We put this together. I asked him how I could go about doing this for him. So it was all my idea. And the reason I'm telling you that, the reason I'm taking credit is because I'm taking the blame for the price of this. Okay, Coach didn't price it. I did. If you want to help out a combat veteran, check this out. Go to coachespitbarbecue.com. If you don't like this, if you don't like this price tag, this is a much better price tag. Anything helps Coach. Just buying, he will feel the love. So even if you just buy the normal one, he's got beef, chicken, and pork. This one, the special edition is the JJ the CPA. If you do buy this one, we'll send you a link to a Zoom, and on September 25th, 4 p.m. Central Daylight Time, we're going to have a virtual barbecue party. I bet no one has been to a virtual barbecue party. And so anyways, Coach is going to teach me some tricks that you'll be able to pick up on. It's bring your own barbecue, bring your own beverages. We plan to go on for 2 hours, so it'll be a lot of fun. That'd be a little side benefit there. Let's see, let me take a minute and hide someone from my channel. See you later, Rochelle. Okay, and let's see, message deleted, and let's make sure that we go ahead and report that person. See ya. Boom. All right. And, just skip down to the bottom. Let me see where we're at here. And I want to make sure I answer the questions, and then I'll let us all go to bed. Heather, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you for being on. And let's see. Oasis, are we getting stimulus? Short answer is eventually. I really feel eventually. But nothing's in the works right now, which is frustrating. Sounds ridiculous, but call your senator, call your congressperson. Because even if you just leave a message that just says, we need stimulus, or I need my stimulus check, or we need stimulus too, or they need to renew the unemployment, or I'm unemployed, I bet you represent thousands of people that think the same way. So yeah, that's part of what I want to talk about in my stimulus update is like there's nothing going on right now. I talked at the beginning about the unemployment. You can go back and listen to that, or I did a couple of videos over the weekend. And we got Brandon David. Do you think the SBA even gets paper site up before people are starting to pay back the, or payment site up before people are to start paying back the EIDL? Great point, Brandon. Great point. Yeah, I don't know how they're going to go about that. I don't know. It's a good point, and you're probably right, because technically people should be getting their forgiveness taken care of in the next month, if not technically already. And I haven't seen anything about that. So great point. Jason, how are you? Darkwater Megs, thank you for being on, my friend. Appreciate the update. Thanks for staying on top of all this and boiling it down. Well, I really appreciate that, my friend. We've got Darkwater Megs, and Darkwater Megs sent us, he applied on the first day. This is all public knowledge, so hopefully he doesn't mind I tell the story several times. But you talk about someone that needed to go find a different bank for the second round. But he and his CPA had tuned into my videos in the earliest part, like late March. Had his PPP documents ready to go. I had put on JJ the CPA help.com, the worksheets, all for free, just giving it away. Anyways, so he wrote Amanda and I a letter, and just to say, hey, thank you, And he sent us this Megalodon shark's tooth. So like, this is a prehistoric shark's tooth. And this is what this fine young man, I think he's young, we're all young. Anyways, this is what he does. And long story short, he went and got with a different bank for the second round because he had his paperwork in. Like when the bank opened the first day, they were offering PPP, and that bank did not fulfill his PPP. And Amanda and I were like choked up. Amanda was crying because we got this. We were so appreciative, so excited. The offices were closed down, so we didn't even know we got it till he said, hey, this something got delivered to your office. It had been sitting there for 2 weeks. We went and picked it up. It was this right here, along with some other things. And we were so excited. We emailed him right away, and we're like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. And then he told us this heartbreaking story because it was right when PPP-1 shut down. And they hadn't replenished it yet. And it was mind-boggling. So anyways, we broke down over that one. But he did get it. Okay, he got it in the replenishment. And then this is a staple that's always in our background. And then, hey, if y'all don't know, if you didn't see, look at what Rob sent me. Rob from Imagine That Toys. Rob, Gwen, Al, Paula. So if you've watching my videos, you know, I'm just a practicing CPA. I really appreciate everybody tuning in and the subscribership. I'll see what other questions we got here. But I'm just a CPA. I'm just a dude doing taxes and helping clients. And my videos have been to help clients. And then you all started sending a lot of love, and I really appreciate that. But I shoot videos while I'm doing life because I don't have time to have a big CNN studio. Anyways, but I've done a few videos from my pool, and I got a little ducky, and I was smoking a cigar, and I just nicked it, and it slowly deflated, and then I got a huge duck. But anyway, so I got this little ducky that even when it gets cold, I'll be able to maybe have it in the bathtub. Coach, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Yes, Rob has been a great friend, and he was a part of the reality show, and we're trying to wrap some stuff up, just working through the deadlines and everything. So great to see you, Darkwater Megs. I appreciate you. Cupcake Paper, can you get PPP, EIDL, and unemployment if your business decreases? Yes. Now, PPP is over August 8th. EIDL, yes. Unemployment, yes. EIDL is a loan. That's why it does nothing for you. Stacy, how are you? Good to see you. I just saw you popped up. Stacy sent us a video. I don't know if we've gotten clearance to share it. We can share none of it. We could share it without the ending, which your daughter lifts her superhero mask, or, oh, okay, Amanda says we have. I've been to the wall working on the deadline, and then I've worked with my 12-week group. So Amanda and I've not even had much time to actually talk directly today. Oh, thank you, Amanda. Amanda's my soulmate, for those of you that don't know, but I bet you all know that. So James, we're still waiting on the EIDL for our nonprofit. Wow, lots of emails, calls, 3 loan officers, and more tier 2 folks than I can count. We've sent taxes, dang. Sent the form 4506T. Well, James, I'm sorry to hear that. You're doing all the right things. The SBA has been super helpful, and I'm sure you've experienced that. So just stay on it. Don't get discouraged. And I know that there are some separate things for the nonprofits. So stay with it. Stay with it. Stay with it. They'll provide it. I feel confident, because one thing about the SBA is that if they weren't, I think they would have already said to you, just like, hey, you don't qualify, you're not going to get it. So the fact they're still working on it, I would take that as a positive sign. Yes, Amanda, thank you for saying that. Y'all are so awesome. Everybody here, thank you so much. Get some JJ the CPA rub, barbecue time. And, just jump to the bottom. And let's see, here we go. Where are we at? Virtual barbecue, Jason Gruber. Is there any startup money out there to start another business? You know, the SBA has that kind of loans, but they're so hard to get. And I think under this environment, they're probably harder to get. In terms of a startup loan, I know PPP and the EIDL, the Main Street lending program, none of those are for the startup. You know, I'm sure that there's some online that people could suggest to you. I'm just not a big fan of suggesting any of the organizations. I know Cabbage used to do that, but they've retracted a lot of that stuff. And so check with your local bank. I will tell you this, if you don't mind, I will tell you this, in my bank here. Now, I'm not going to I don't have secrets like, here's a secret, like, oh my gosh, here's a secret. But in here, I talk about what banks actually look at when they're wanting to give you a loan, what to have memorized, what to provide to them, what questions to be ready for. So probably this much of this book is on banking, and that's insurance. Anyways, probably a third of this is on banking, and a third on insurance, and then a third on on taxes. Anyways, Amazon.com, I'll plug it. But I think if you were to read this and take to heart what I put in there, I bet it would help, is what I'm getting at. Good luck on starting the business there, Jason. I know you're on, but I'm just saying. And we got Gary, do you think Congress will pass the Restaurant Act? Dang it, I don't know what the Restaurant Act is. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Restaurant Act, because sometimes, what is the Restaurant Act? Stabilization, legislation, independent. Oh, okay. Well, that didn't help. Oh, so Gary, yeah, you know what? I just hadn't heard it called the Restaurant Act, or I forgot that's what it was called, or the portion of that. Hey, Valerie, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for coming on. So, Gary, I think yes, but I don't know that it'll be called that. I mean, it could be, a lot of times when you do these major acts, it'll have the little acts in there. But it does seem like everybody's on the same page, that the restaurant industry has got to get some help, and those in the food industry, because they've been closed down longer than anybody. Those like Pedal Spin Studio in California, been closed down. So these businesses that have been closed down, we definitely need to make sure that, I want there to be enough to go around, but by golly, businesses that haven't been able to be open at all, I know that some can do the to-go, but it hasn't made up a lot of it, and it's more expensive, as probably you know, Gary, probably are in the restaurant industry. So best of luck on all that. Good to see you, Gary. Darkwater Bags, next stimulus round, nowhere in the horizon at this point, may be coming for small businesses, but think business owners need to prepare to not get it. Yeah, I've been saying be prepared. I mean, gosh, I was saying like, I don't think we're going to get anything in August. And then as we get to the end, I'm like, well, I don't think we're going to get anything in September. And if they don't really have anything going by next week, because it's this week that the House is coming back in. Maybe if they have something coming out next week, we'll have stimulus checks, I bet, within 2 weeks. So that puts us in October. PPP would probably open up in October. So I do hear what you're saying, Darkwater Megs. I think, though, there's 100% chance of a stimulus act. Not to contradict you. I think there's 100% chance of a stimulus act. I think it'll include some PPP 2.0. I think it won't necessarily be available for the larger businesses. I think there'll be unemployment, and I think that there will be stimulus checks. I think before anything, there'll be stimulus checks, meaning like that seems to be a guarantee. The unemployment seems to be a guarantee. The PPP, to me, seems like a guarantee, but the reality is, thank you, Valerie, the reality is it wasn't in the HEROES Act, which I didn't know that at the beginning, but when I was going back and I was comparing, it wasn't in the HEROES Act. It is in the HEALS Act that didn't pass. It's in the Skinny Act that didn't pass. The Democrats surely, like right now, they got the bigger truck on the road right now. But you know what happens when the stronger person in a fight, okay, Card Shop Reality says, let's agree to Halloween. I will take that if versus not ever getting it. Right now, and it's going to sound like I'm talking politics. I'm just talking reality here. Right now, the Democrats have a bigger truck on the road. But remember, typically in America, when the bigger, the stronger, they come down too hard, they take it too far, then they are on the short end of the stick. So it's a delicate balance right now. I feel like, yeah, the Democrats clearly have some upper hand going on here because, the Republicans were able to get everybody to vote for it except one, the Skinny Act. But of course it needed 8 more Democrats. So Democrats are flexing. But does that affect other things later? So I don't know. I just think the Democrats like, okay, you got it. We get it. You're throwing your weight around. Okay, you got it. You're in control of the House and very powerful set of circumstances. We get it. You start taking it too far and you take it too far. So you could almost look at it as I'm trying to help out the Democrats. And I don't know that I really am, but I'm trying to like say to the Democrat leadership, okay, maybe another week's okay, but you start going longer and longer now, it's going to be your fault. So we just need some stimulus. I tell you what, pay attention to who's doing what. I mean, so here's the deal. When I graduated college, my goal was to be president of the United States. That's what I was going to do. I was going to be president of the United States. I had this goal. I was going to do these things. Boom, 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 boom. And then it's like, man, so I have to be state this, then I'll be a senator, and I'll be a congressman, or I'll be a governor. That's what I wanted to do. And I gave that all up when I started my own practice at 25, because I was like, well, this really, I knew I wanted to be a CPA, and start my own practice, but then I realized I really couldn't do both. And so I chose being a CPA. But one of the things I talked about, and I'm sure everybody that sets out to run for office would think the way that I thought, and maybe if I got to Congress, maybe I'd think differently, although I have clients that are well, I have clients that, we'll just leave it at that. Anyways, I'd be raising hell right now. And I would probably be able to run for president because I wouldn't shut up. I'd have a raspy voice like Bill Clinton, and I'd be talking about my uncle, and I'd be convincing everybody that everybody needs to be drained out of this swamp. I don't care what party you're on, and everybody would vote for me. This is what I don't get. This is what I don't get. Do the Democrats and the Republicans and their leadership have this much control that we have Congress people and senators that were having a cold one, going fishing, whatever they were doing, okay? Because they weren't working in D.C., okay? I'm sure they weren't home doing yard work either. How dare you? How dare you? People are losing their homes. People are going without. People are scared. They're losing, confidence. And what are you doing? Every one of you, both sides of the aisle, every one of you. So I will tell you this, and I'm sure that if you could guess, you probably know what side of the aisle I'm on. But I will tell you this. Everyone should remember, I don't care if you hate this guy. I don't care that you hate Trump. I want you to think about food on your table. And if you're in these circumstances, food on your table. Had to go to FEMA to get unemployment benefits. Went only place he could go. He can't send out stimulus checks. He can't reallocate PPP or money left over from the CARES Act. And even though he's come under fire on the payroll tax deferral, and it's like, oh, he's buying votes. Tell that to the person that got an extra $36 in their checking account that got to pay for something for their kid that bought a vote. And if it bought a vote, then shame on everybody else. Shame on everybody else that didn't hand out a lollipop. You want to blame the president for handing out lollipops, okay? Then think of the person that got the lollipop, otherwise known as rice-a-roni, otherwise known as someone got a pair of shoes, otherwise known as somebody. You take an employee that $36 is making a difference in their lives, you go tell them that that was only a political stunt. Stay being a CPA. I've worked for 2 congressmen. I knew that you have a presence about you, James. I sensed something about you, that you had a presence. Anyways, thanks for the interruption, James. I'm glad I saw that because I don't want to get on a negative here. All I'm saying is I don't care if you hate him. I don't care if you hate him. All I'm saying is, who put food on your table? Did he do it to give you votes? I don't know. He put food on your table. He went to FEMA and got $44 billion where everybody else did nothing, whether it's Democrat or Republican or independent, did nothing. I remember the days when someone went to the House floor and wouldn't leave until somebody did something. Right? Mr. Smith Goes to Washington is a movie, but there were people that would go to the floor and wouldn't leave, wouldn't go to the bathroom unless they yielded to somebody else that wouldn't leave and wouldn't go to the bathroom. Where's that person? Where's that person? They've all failed us. I don't care that the Democrats passed it in May. I'm glad they passed it in May. I'm glad they did. Is it the Republicans' fault because they didn't pass something? I don't know. I don't care. Somebody do something. But when you have someone that's going home, so I'm going to pick on Mitch McConnell. You're going home to make sure you get reelected. Okay, that's part of what you got to do. Nancy Pelosi, you're going home to make sure you get reelected. I'm sure that Mitch McConnell got a haircut the same way Nancy Pelosi got a haircut. It's okay that you get haircuts. Okay, so do your job. It's easy job. It's ridiculously easy, while at the same time I know it's hard, but it's pretty easy, especially when you just get to go, yeah, I'll give some money to people that need it. Yeah, I'll vote for that. Yeah, these people over here that literally are losing their homes and, this licks, I'm sorry, maybe 59, had to sell their business. I'll help that person out. That seems pretty easy to me. That seems really easy to me. Hey, I'll help that person. Yeah, that person over there that hadn't had a job and they haven't even gotten their first round of PUA, I'll help that person. Isn't that your only job? Isn't that your only job? This is what's ridiculous. You want to be the most famous politician right now? Go to the House floor, not leave it. Go there in diapers and not leave it. You would be the president the next go around. Like, what is going on? Like, what is going on with people that are in DC? Like, what is going on? I used to never say, well, I think politicians are disconnected and blah, 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 blah. We're probably all disconnected in some way. But holy crap, how more disconnected can you actually be? Like, how do you fly home and you're in a plane, and it has to be that you're with people that maybe not themselves, but they have a relative or something that they're going without or they're about to go without. And how do you go get your luggage? How do you get driven home? How do you do anything when you have other people that are, and now I understand that we could go at any point in time and say there's always people in need. I get all that. But when it's this mass majority, and anyways. All right, let me see if there's any other quick questions here. And if you haven't watched my channel much, I know that Karen, the CPA, has talked to me directly about this, that I take it right down the middle. And if I'm being hard on one party, I'm being hard on both parties. So if you saw any of this as being political, hell yeah, it was political. But it was political in a firestorm on all of them. And all I'm saying is, I hate the guy. He put money on in people's bank accounts. He tried to do everything he can, even on the payroll. So all I'm saying is somebody's doing something. So I'm glad somebody's doing something, hate him or not. All right. Let's see. Your auto advocate, FYI, went to Blue Vine. They use Scratch, sole proprietor, only me. They asked way more than only a pay stub to myself. Oh, wow. Well, that's crazy. And we got Heather and Glenda and Patty B. So I'm just going to give some throws out here because I'm way behind. We got Rob. Thank you for, oh, and we got Denking. Thank you so much. JJ, thanks for the t-shirt and all the bonus stuff. Well, thank you. Let's see. Oh, shoot. Just pop down. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, I wanted to read all of James. Stay being a CPA. I've worked for 2 congressmen. You'd have to cheat or dump your wife, lie to your constituents regularly. And oh, don't even get me started on the annual lobbyist breakfast. Oh my gosh, I love it. Well, James, it sounds like I made a good decision when I was 25 years old. So when I got out of college, I headed up 13 states for a youth, it was a national youth organization for a president running at the time. And so I headed up 13 states for it, not for the presidential election, but the youth organization. And me and the other regional directors, it was all volunteer. I did it while being a CPA and doing taxes and everything. Anyways, we arranged a train to be on an Amtrak. We took over, I think, 3 cars, and we went from Chicago to San Diego. And it was so much fun. I probably gave it away to some that are hardcore. But anyways, it was so much fun. But I saw so much behind the scenes, more than I had ever seen. Became a little disenchanted. Wrapped it up. That's cool. Oh, boom. You're away from it a little while. You forget. Then I moved to Oklahoma City. And I was here in the capital, obviously. And what a great town. I love Oklahoma. I love Oklahoma City. Born in Venice, California. Lived a little while in Oregon, Hood River, and then grew up, moved to Yakima, and anyways, lived up in Seattle. I went to school in Abilene, Texas, Abilene Christian University, started my career in Dallas, got my CPA first in Dallas, then moved up to Oklahoma City in 1996 and started my practice in 97. All to say this, I was on my way because in Oklahoma City, you can meet everybody. I got to know the governor, the lieutenant governor, people that work for him, all the locals, especially when you had someone like me that was kind of a Forrest Gump, just meaning like I'd just go up and talk to anybody. It didn't matter that they were at the table for everybody had to pay $1,000 a plate. I'd go up and talk to them and ask to take a picture. I wait for them just before they went in the car, you know. I mean, I was anxious to meet them, and I got to know them, and some of them became clients. Night, Jason. But then I really saw it behind the scenes, but really where I got disenchanted was at the local level, because that's where you would have to start. And it was at the local level, and I was like, gosh, if I got to claw my way through all this, and it was just so petty. Anyways, I got really disenchanted, and that's where I was like, well, I can do one or the other. I can be a CPA, or I can be President of the United States. So guess what? I chose to be a CPA because that seemed more realistic. I was already a CPA. My grandfather was a CPA, and I knew I could probably follow minorly in his footsteps. And being President of the United States, you know, that just started to seem like a dream, and not a reality. CSR. Let's see. Bam, I'm way behind. We got Miko 151, Dax, and Bobby. How are you? Been watching your videos. It's now time to subscribe to your channel. You earned it right there. Ah, thank you, Bobby. I love it. Oh, I love it. And I know that means when someone subscribes, because I don't subscribe to that many channels even before I did any of this. So that means a lot, Bobby. I really appreciate it. Eddie, I knew I liked you. Thank you so much. IV63276, how are you? And we've got Gene, of course. I'm with you, Coach. I love it. CSR, book launch is past. It's time to go negative against Washington in them videos. Till STEM passes, JJ. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Patty B. Amen, bro. And thank you. Hey, we love you. I appreciate that. Eva, he's done more than any other president. Will, food on the table, absolutely. JJ, we love you. Thank you, IV. They passed a bunch of BS in May. Valerie Clark, I say it again. Oh, term limits for all. No doubt, Valerie. No doubt. No, even if it's a long time. I mean, even if it's like, you know, you can be a senator 18 years and you can be a congressman for 12 years. Like, yeah, there needs to be some, because gee, many Christmas. Let's see. Thank you, Naman Spal. Sorry, I probably totally pronounced that wrong. We only have a lollipop. This is true. Danking, too many career politicians. Absolutely. Glenda is coach coming out. Do your job, but, JJ, we need to go to recess. It's planned, haha, that's right. Jackie, we got 300 for 3 weeks only. Dang it. Very grateful, but I do think that the Dems were willing to stay. The other group walked out, so there was no one there to negotiate with. Yeah, I hear you, Jackie. I know the Senate stayed open an extra week, so bottom line is that I do think the Democrats are saying, listen, we've done 3.3, we'll go to 2.2. I don't know why in the world the Republicans said, okay, well, we're going to go to 650 billion. Like, doesn't make any sense. It's election year. Why wouldn't you give out 2.2 trillion? Why wouldn't you do that? With flying colors, all I'm saying is people may not like his personality, but he's making things happen. Well, yeah, it's his job, just saying. True. I agree with you. They have a huge tit for tat going on. One cool P. Let's see. Yeah, so for all of you out there that you're like, I don't know if I'm liking this Trump talk. More what I was just trying to point out is like, no one's doing anything. No one's doing anything. That's all. Just take it that way. No one's doing anything. Yeah, Valerie, I'm a Republican, but McConnell needs to go. Either go or just step back, my friend. And I'll tell you this, I mean, McConnell not being able to get the Skinny Act, that was a dumb move. He should have either put it all the way and got that thing, but the fact that he couldn't get to go through, I know that it made it look like maybe in the back room that like, oh, well, all the Republicans are united. Yeah, true, but you know, you're Senate Majority Leader. Come on, let's go. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. Let's see, card back. We got PPP Part 2, when them congressmen's families who bought big money PPP, it runs out. We'll get it more then, huh? Yep, I'm sweating, not sweating it. Let's see, Miko 151. Yeah, what is so if you go to my unemployment update and go to the body of it, I've got some links in there. Like I just did them. They'll be in the most recent video. So I have a link in there. And in the link, it takes you to your state. So every state's different. And that's what's frustrating about it, is that everybody's different, every state, in terms of how they're implementing it. So get to your state on that one. Let's see. Stimulus people with ITN number, what do you think? Yeah, I don't know that I know enough about that. Here's all I know. If people are hurting, they need help, then give it to them. I don't know. That's my thing. I mean, I understand there's technicalities, and we can get into a whole discussion on all that. But if I'm sitting over here watching somebody going without, I'm going to first just try and want to help them out. Now, I'm not running for office, so I can say those kind of things and actually mean it. Shannon Vic, much love. Gene, Jason. Let's see, Card Shop. I just realized Tiger King was on Oklahoma Bound before you, JJ. Eido, I love that. Yeah, that's right. Tiger King was on there. That's crazy. Heather's from Dallas. Love it. Go Big D. Taking off, early start tomorrow. All right, Darkwater Megs, we'll see ya. I know he already left. We got Rio Flamingo in the house. What up, brother? Checking in. Much love. Hit me up later. You got it. You guys keep an eye on Rio Flamingo. He's getting ready to be, boom, going up the charts. He's in a band. This guy's like the next Nick Rhodes from Duran Duran. Carol Baskin was on the DWTS tonight. It was hilarious. Oh my gosh, Amanda. I'm typing stuff and seeing JJ read it and ignore it, but glimmer in his eye and grin. Actually, no, I just hadn't gotten to it, CSR. Or you're right, I may have picked it up there. And let's see, so I probably should wrap up. Thank you all so much for coming on. But I want to see if there's any other questions in here. I'm still here, and I need to address to something, use some swag. Oh, Jason, I appreciate that. I think Amanda put you in the email. Greg, I'd vote for you, JJ. Roll Tide. How about that? Roll Tide. Greg's our Roll Tide fan, and we're all in this together. Brent, thank you so much. And Shannon, I have family in Yakima. Maybe you know them. They've been there forever. Yeah, so I was in Yakima like 6 months, and I was 5, so probably not. The baseball team I was on, I got to name it, and we were the Hulks. That's the one major thing I remember about Yakima, is we were the Hulks. And we had green lettering. Anyways, thank you for that, Shannon. Eye of the Tiger, dang it. Wow, we got a lot here. Eye of the Tiger was my shop's theme song in the 90s when I owned Tiger's Den, cards and comics. Oh, I love it. Let's see, Glenda, I'll see if I can find it on YouTube. Gene, especially for Nancy Pelosi, time for a new speaker. I'd vote for you, Prez. Run, Tony says. Thank you, Tony Deanna. Loving it. Thank you. Let's see, Jackie. Thanks, JJ, for all you do. Well, thank you for that, Jackie. I really do appreciate that. And yeah, they all should have stayed in Washington. I'll tell you that right now. David McDonald, no problem solving all elective politics. Rob, thumbs up. Thank you for that. Tony, happy Monday. Tony, you, good to see you. Okay, Heather, I received PPP, EIDL, and the grant. What's happened if I return the EIDL money back? Because the interest will be very high down the road. So the EIDL money, you can pay back at any time. There's no prepayment penalty, talking about the loan. But it's supposed to be locked at 3.75. And so you're probably talking about over time. Yeah, adds up because you can pay it back over 30 years. So the good news is you can pay it back anytime. But I will tell you this right now, Heather. Do not pay it back right now. You're not my client, right? I don't know your circumstances, but cash is king. Hold on to it for right now. One Cool P, good night. Let's see. Jackie, pass out all the money. 73rd thumbs up. Thank you, CSR. Will Beard. What's in the update on SSI, SSDI, seamless checks going to be approved? if you're talking about on the stimulus, it does seem that they solved. If you're talking about something else, I may be out of the loop on it. Or let's see, the update on SSI, SSDI, seamless checks. If you're talking stimulus checks, yes, I think that they're going to be going through. If you're talking about on number one, if somebody, all of their number one, get to irs.gov. I did a video this week, says stimulus check update for number one. And I've got some links in there on how to go about that. Patty B, let's see. Oh yeah, current PPP interest, 1%. Michelle, good evening. I really feel that all the Americans should receive a stimulus check ASAP. We are all in need, absolutely. Seriously. Will, oh shoot, where are we at here? Will, good afternoon from Grass Valley, California. Winter grass is green and the girls are prettier. I love it. Danking, JJ, would you recommend someone to work on commissions till retirement? Work on commissions till retirement. Well, there's what I told my son, okay, he's a senior in high school, is that you're gonna make more typically with commissions if you're working for a good company that's solid, it's gonna be fair with you, and you can deal with this, and you're good at selling, so to speak. So I know this, if I had to become an employee, I would only do it if I were to get commission, even if I made less versus somebody that got a regular paycheck. Maybe that helps. I hope you're doing well, Danking. Oh, we got Joseph O. JJ, thanks a ton for the information. For some reason, my bank is not accepting my PPP loan forgiveness. Did you hear this elsewhere? Not accepting any PPP forgiveness application. Yeah, isn't that ridiculous? I've heard that all over the place, Joseph. That seems regular. And they're doing it because they think that Congress, which I think there's a 0% chance of this, they think Congress is going to forgive PPP automatic 150,000 or below. I think at best it would be 21,000 or below because that's the max amount that the self-employed get or got from, or should have got from PPP. They may do that, but I'll tell you what, that EZ couldn't really so easy. So anyways, I think that's why they're doing that. And I got great friends that are bankers, like best friends, like president of banks. So I know it's not my friends and I know it's not my banks, but come on, banks. I mean, like how little, you just want to do less work. That's all this is. It's all it is. You just want to do less work. You just want to do less work. And other than my friends that work at banks, you know, because I know they're accepting. That's the only reason I can say that. They're accepting applications for forgiveness. You got 5% banks to be an ATM machine. You got 5%. You hired someone or you had people in the back that just went through some paperwork. They entered in some numbers and then said, oh, you got some money. And they got 5% for that. So just ridiculous that they're not accepting it. Joseph, yes. So cupcake paper, do me a favor. I'm going to tell you real quick, but I've got an EIDL playlist. I've got a number of videos in there, so I want you to go and check those out. At least check out one. And hopefully you are a subscriber. And maybe you're cupcake paper that's out of Puyallup. But anyways, ongoing expenses only. Ongoing expenses only. Yeah, exactly. Time to earn that 5%. I totally agree. Good night, room. I'm not sure I fit in. One cool P. Will Beard. I got car payments I need to pay off. Will, you can use EIDL for that. Meek151, thank you so much for answering our questions. Love your vids, live show. New subscriber, thank you for that. Miko151, welcome. I really appreciate it, truly. Yakima, I love it. Let's see. Let's see. One Cool P. Am I saying it wrong, Amanda? It's terrible. One Cool P's been with us a long time. Let's see. Let's see. Card Shop Reality. Okay, my current interest rate. PPP ran up a whopping 17 bucks. Good evening. May all you folks be well and be well. Cash is king. This is true. CJ, what's up? IMHO, I think there should be a term and age limit. Yes, for both sides of the aisle. Yeah, you know, like Mass Mutual, you know, an insurance agency, they, in fact, have a limitation, and you have to retire at age 65. Cash is king. My MBA accounting professor always said. I love that, Jackie. Yeah, that's right. Jane, LOL, safe and well. Valerie, good idea to defer mortgage to increase cash flow. Ooh, oh, that's such a tough one. You know, without knowing the circumstances. I mean, if you're on the brink, but my concern is ensuring that once they go okay, that you would have enough to pick up. That'd be my concern on that, Valerie. Okay, well, wow, Amanda, I'm at an hour and 51 minutes. That's a long 10 minutes. Let's see. Dax, time to earn that 5%. Yes. Card Shop Reality. Good idea. I guess I'll subscribe. JJ, since you requested it. I love it. Yeah, toll alert. Yeah, I'm trying to catch those. Banks got 5% on each PPP loan. They did. 5%. Yeah, crazy. Cupcake paper. Oh, cool. I'm new to the channel. New subscriber. Awesome. Love it. Randall. We own a tree business, and it showed that after all the deductions, we only made $700 a month left over, would qualify for PPP or EIDL loan. So PPP is done, but for PPP 2.0, remember PPP is based on your net as a self-employed. So if you have some net, you would qualify for some self-employed Schedule C filer. If you are a employer, then it's based on wages. And yes, you would qualify for the EIDL. Go to sba.gov, Randall, right now. Go to go to sba.gov. There's going to be a strip at the top. It says SBA. I'm sorry. I'm just getting tired. It says COVID loan, okay, at the top. Click on that. You're going to find the economic injury disaster loan. Have your tax return with you because you're going to have questions off of that. Really just what was your last 12 months of you know, basically your 2019 revenue. What are your cost of goods sold? If you're in the tree business, that would be really just the cost of trees. That's it, just the cost of trees. Fill out the other information, but get after it because it takes a little time. If they approve it, you still have a decision to make if you want to accept it. But I'm telling people right now, if you think in the next 3 to 4 months, you're going to be in a cash crunch, then you need to get it because you can pay it back at any time, Randall. You can pay it back at any time. So get it. There's no payments for 12 months. It does start to accrue interest immediately. And you have 30 years to pay it back, although no one should take 30 years to pay it back. 3.75%. Banks are not going to be loaning money out like they have been. They've been decreasing the available credit. Part of that is that people are going to start, you know, what am I trying to say? Not being able to pay their loans back. So if they're not able to pay their loans back, then banks have to use up their reserves and there's not going to be as much to loan out. So I'm not in favor of debt, but we're talking about, and Glenda knows this right now, and of course Amanda. But if your house is on fire, you don't worry about the interest rate on buying a hose. If your house is on fire, you're not going to try and go and compare and go, well, should I use this size hose? Should I use that size hose? If your house is on fire, you're going to run to the neighbor's hose and you're going to use it. You're going to run to the back. You're going to be doing everything you can. So the only reason I'm saying this, Randall, is I've said it for a long time. So I don't know how long you've been tuning in, and I'm sorry if you have been and I don't remember. But at the end of the day, if you're in a spot, this whole discussion of, well, I don't know if I should go into debt, and I don't know about this 3.75, then your house isn't on fire and you shouldn't get the loan. That's the only reason I even bring this example up. Because if you're comparing the 3.75 to another loan, you don't need it. If you're like, well, when do I have to pay it back? Then you don't need it, so don't get it. So all I'm saying is, if you're in a tree business, hey, Randall, if you're still on, I got a question for you as soon as I'm done here. If you're in the tree business, I don't know what your fall and winter looks like. So if you think you're going to be strapped for money, maybe people don't have as much money to help you or want to buy what you're selling, then you should get it. Randall, truly though, I know you're not in Oklahoma, but I need to plant 2 trees in my backyard. And what is the best time of year to have trees planted? Is it September, October, November? Because I thought that I had read once upon a time it's the fall. That's the best time. So if you're still on, I appreciate it. C. Manuel, Danking, can I use EIDL to pay off my loan when I purchase my home office? No, wouldn't be able to do that. But you can use it to make payments. Let's see, Glenda, CSR, the Assassin Sniper, Captain Phillips, Pew Pew, Tony, Troll Away. Yeah, Amanda's on the JJ the CPA. Stacy Swanner, I helped a client get the PPP the very last day. I had a small credit union that worked their tail off to help this small business who desperately needed the PPP. I love to hear that, Stacy. And thank you you don't need me to say it, but thank you for helping that person. Captain Phillips, Eiffel 65 Blue. Let's see, Glenda, only 30 more minutes to sign off. 10 minutes, Jackie says. Dax, brother, you cracked me up in your 10-minute live. I will be able to get my corporate return done. Boom. My recent gimmick is when JJ says to act like I'm not a subscriber, and he just talked me into clicking subscribe for the first time. I love it. We got Cool Studio Bros in the house. How you doing? Tony, let's see. That was a live stream exclusive tonight. That's right. And Tony Yude, gotta pay, oh yeah, 1040 ES tomorrow. I know it. Susan Stevens, good evening. If you think the amount of the EIDL wasn't enough, can you make adjustments to the loan? Yes, so get your application. It's 150 grand. That's gonna be your max for the online. So get your application, get a hold of SBA, call them. They'll send you an email for the reconsideration. They'll give you some steps, explain to them what the deal is. If you didn't get the full 150, be sure of this. When it asks for COGS, cost of goods sold, if you're in service business, there are no COGS. The SBA just recently said that. So if you got less because you listed COGS in your service business, if you listed COGS and you have cost of goods sold and it's product, then only list the product, not the labor. So that's an easy way, I think, for a reconsideration there. Let's see, I'm wondering if others beginning to get follow-up calls from a DC number asking if we received our SBA funding. I got a call last week, asked me one question, and that was all. Ended quick. Huh. No, I have not heard of that. I'm glad that you mentioned that, CSR. Put that dang fire out. We got a packed house tonight. I'm loving it. Wow, we got, what, 230 people on. What's going, Amanda, look at this, 230 people on a Monday night. Well, I hope everybody's doing well. JJ the CPA here. Thanks for jumping on. I jumped on, and what I'm trying to do is each day give a stimulus update, and there just really isn't anything going on. So I was just going to jump on live for about 10 minutes to say, there's nothing new. We're at a standstill. No one seems to be actually getting anything done. And, unemployment if you need it, make sure you're applying for it. The automatic unemployment is not happening in every state as it relates to the executive order unemployment. I did a couple of videos on it. So if you're on unemployment, God bless you, and get what you need. Follow up with the unemployment office. I did 2 videos this weekend and on unemployment updates, and I put links in the body, and I put links to the feds that then have a link to the states, and then I've got a unemployment update coming out that I think will be helpful, because I spent some time really trying to find examples. But anyways, even though people are saying you get unemployment under this executive order from the president for 6 weeks, it's up to 6 weeks. Read it carefully. It's up to 6 weeks. I think someone indicated here, Pennsylvania, 3 weeks. Texas said, hey, we're going to try up to 6 weeks. It might be 5, because there is some retroactive. So I don't know that it's automatic, that you're going to get the unemployment insurance out of FEMA. Someone said Florida 3, so I'm assuming that means 3 weeks. Jeez, man. And I loved how someone said it earlier. We only got 3 weeks. We were grateful. I mean, wow. You know, this is who we need to be helping. I mean Washington. Let's see. DVR won't pause any longer. Patty B, you're so awesome. Let's see. Tony, you gonna be a while. I have. Let's see. Captain Phillips, by the way. Captain Phillips won our contest Friday. If you don't mind, I'm gonna plug it. So I wrote my second book, and I had a bribe. I just admit it. $1,000 I gave away to those that bought my book. And so if they sent me the receipt, we put them in a drawing, and Captain Phillips won on Friday. But basically, this is about how to get referrals. I've been working on it for 2 years, and how to work, like get business from the CPA. I got this book, JJ the CPA. It's my top 60 questions from clients over the last 27 years. I wrote this last fall, well before any of this. And I wrote, and Russell McDonald will attest to this, I wrote 90% of this book, and then the pandemic hit, and I just didn't feel like it was the right time to bring it out. Captain Phillips, I have a blue house with a blue window. Blue is the color of all that I wear. Blue are the streets, and all the trees are too. Let's see, Glenda. Yes, I love it. Got the thumbs up. Thank you, Glenda. Thanks, everybody, for the thumbs up. Glenda, thanks for shouting it out. Let's see, the Wall Street and Glengarry wallpaper backgrounds in recent vids are canvases in the background of the wall. Yeah, they've been with me for a while. Amanda made those, which is pretty sweet. Let's see, last recession, I got caught without enough cash flow. This time I took the loans. I'm glad that you did, Jackie, and yes, I hope that you don't need them. Denking, I appreciate you, my friend. Cupcake Paper, can I pay business credit cards off with EIDL loans? So Cupcake Paper, do this carefully. So the EIDL doesn't allow you to just blanket pay off credit cards. But my interpretation is that your credit cards that have business expenses on them that are ongoing business expenses, then you can use the EIDL for that. So that'll just be up to you to determine of what you owe. But the SBA does make it clear you can't just go pay off credit cards. So, but I look at it this way. If, you know, most of us, right? I mean, like I pretty much put everything on a credit card and then I pay it off, you know, once it comes due. So if I'm putting business expenses on my credit card, okay? And then it comes due and I pay it off, I'm doing that. I'm telling clients that that's fine. So that's fine. Now, if you have a balance, I think it's a little gray, but I don't think you're doing anything wrong if what you owe on that credit card is ongoing business expenses, because that's what EIDL is meant for. It's not meant for refinancing or paying off a line of credit, things, because they're specific to that. So good question on that. Let's see. Why not just make Amanda an admin? Well, she is an admin. She got her own. All right, 205 card shop. Captain Phillips, I appreciate that. Captain Phillips says, give a thumbs up. Let's see. Okay, Nathan, how are you, Nathan? I got the $10,000 advance for the EIDL, but can't figure out how to finish the application for the rest of the loan. Well, here's the thing, Nathan. You should have got an email. Go back and check if you're going to get the loan. So because you got 10K, you must have been in the early phases. So there's a lot of confusion around that. Hopefully when you applied, you took a picture of your number at the end. So call the SBA, because if you haven't gotten an email to set up a portal, then Houston, we got a problem. So take a look at that. Oh, CSR, we got our first thumbs down. Let's see, next time, okay. Lacan, Mimi, appreciate that. Mia, let's see, MM, Card Shop Reality. Next time during Premiere Vid, Amanda, when JJ is on the account and you're yours, have him make you moderator. I love it. And C. Manuel, revenue COGS equals gross revenue after COGS. Revenue, gross, yeah, that'd be your gross profit, yes. But you're supposed to put your gross revenue before COGS. It just as a clarification. Mau Wow Media, good to see you still making videos and lives. JJR crew has been subbed and watching since March. Thank you for that. I really appreciate you. Hope you all are doing well. Late night streams is a way to go. 265. Moody, Maine, Fire, Flame. We want that. Tony, you. Yep, JJ's late night show. Yeah. Thank you, Jackie. You rocking it. And let's see. Wow. Holy smokes, Amanda. I feel like I'm gaining on it, but then I'm not. Let's see. We've got, I just feel like I just want to say hi to everybody, so I really appreciate it. Mimi said Florida 3 weeks. And let's see. Adam M. Oh, I was paid 6 weeks out of Texas. Okay, good. Tennessee getting 6. Love it. Must stay focused 88. Well, I'm glad to hear that because I actually have an article that Tennessee may not everybody may get 6 weeks. So I'm glad that you got it. Well deserved. Yes, with flying colors. You nailed it. SBA, ask for a supervisor. Jay Ram, great show, JJ. Thank you so much, Jay. Gene, it was a political campaign. I love your frames. Oh, thank you, Must Stay Focused 88. Jackie and Rob, Kansas is 3 weeks. What? Oh my gosh, Rob, that's crazy. Plug away, you paid for it. Thank you. Thank you, Captain. I appreciate that. Very grateful. Yes, Jackie was the one that said. Xavier Morales. I'm just terrible with names. What is the anticipated loan amounts for PPP2 that companies qualify for? What will they be based on? So, pure speculation on PPP 2.0. I do really feel strongly we're going to get it. What I'm gathering in my thought based on what's been proposed would be businesses 300 or less employees. And I do think there's going to be a limitation on it. It sounds really high right now, but I think there's going to be a limitation on it that's low, maybe 300,000, 500,000. And then you'll have to show that your gross was down. So your gross receipts right now, it's first quarter versus first quarter, second quarter versus second quarter, 20 versus 19. They might do something a little bit more of a, maybe not an actual calendar quarter. It might be that it's March, April, May or something to that effect, but there's going to be a qualifier. So I've been telling my clients, get your financials ready to go, know what you did each month, because I don't know that it'll run out of money. PPP2 because I think they're going to make it smaller and not as many can qualify, which just also means not the big ones, not the big companies. But at the same time, you want to have your documents ready to go. So Xavier, thank you. Let's see. Oh, okay, MD, I went to public school, Eddie, so I think that's Maryland. I'm thinking that's Maryland. So Maryland paid us 6 weeks retro in one lump sum. I love it. It went active Friday. I did their self-certification around 1 a.m. Friday. The money was in my debit card Saturday morning. I love it, Eddie. That is great news. Thank you for letting us know. So if you're in Maryland, boy, get after it. Valerie, tell Amanda thanks so much for working on the mailing all the stuff. You bet. Let's see. CSR talking trivia question stuff. I love it. Texas, lovely lady. Did you share yet? Shoot. I'm not following on that one. Texas, lovely lady. Did you share yet? Glenda, anybody know when Virginia starts paying the $300 and how many weeks? Tony Hughes keeping count. I really appreciate it. CSR. Watch this, Amanda. I'm going to type something and see if JJ reads it. 250 climbing. Thank you, JJ, for all the hard work you must be going through. Personally emailing all that stuff people won. Yeah. I'm involved with it. Little. But yeah, Amanda's really putting a lot of time. She's putting the time and effort. We've got Cammie that's helping. I think Amanda, we've probably spent... I think we've probably spent about $600 on postage so far. And we'll probably, when it's all said and done, I bet we will have spent maybe like $1,000 on postage and probably $1,000 on the other prizes. And then we gave away $1,000 cash. But it was worth it, just showing support for everybody. I did write every note. That is true. Let's see. I'm here because this popped into my feed and I want to know about stimulus. So on the stimulus, yeah, I talked about it at the very beginning. Nothing new. I actually meant to go live for about 10 minutes. Thank you so much for everybody being on. I try on my channel just to, hey, there's nothing going on. I really try hard not to be a clickbaiter. You know, it's at a standstill. We've been talking about unemployment. I got a couple of videos that came out over the weekend trying to help people. So I'm a practicing CPA. Maybe you all know that. I'm a practicing CPA, hence JJ the CPA. I have a practice. I have clients. And so anytime I'm coming on to provide information, I try to do it as, you know, would this be something helpful to my clients? So I decided a week ago I'm going to try my best every day to put something out at 8 p.m. to provide something on stimulus, because I'm kind of tired of all these people getting, you know, 800,000 views a day to tell us nothing and to lie to us and tell us, oh, there's stimulus coming tomorrow. And it's a lie. And there's not. And people's lives are at stake and the people are wanting people to click. So anyways. All right, Texas, lovely lady. Thank you for popping on. He's going to give you credit. I'm holding out till I get the silver pen signatures. Oh, yeah, we got them. Let's see. All right here. Almost three. Oh, we got 313 watching. What? Look at this, Gene, CSR. I'm loving this. Thank you all for being on. I hope you guys are all doing well. We got 92 thumbs up. We only got 1 thumbs down to the person that gave the thumbs down. You know, I don't know if you guys know who Tony V is, but let's all just, let's all feel sorry for the person that put a thumbs down, because they've got things going on in their lives that they're upset about life. And so hopefully the person that gave a thumbs down to a guy that's just going live, providing free information, you know, best of luck to you. And you don't need to come back. And but I hope things go well for you. No pun intended. We'll be here till midnight. Gene, for sure now. Let's see. Terry Fogg, have you looked at the Fed rebranding to bring us in the digital dollar? Any thoughts on that? You know, I haven't, Terry. I just haven't gotten into the virtual. So I'm a little old fashioned, so it's probably why I haven't. Let's see. Terry, let's see. Boom. Terry, you. Okay, wow, I must be really behind here. Robert Ash, I have an outdoor event production company. Sweet. Not allowed to operate as per governor executive order, large gathering. Do you think I will fall under PPP safe harbor can't do business clause? Well, you know what? I'm loving that you said that because I've heard of this clause. I have not put my eyes on anything about a clause like that. So I'm glad you came across it. I would think yes, but you know, just to be sure, PPP wasn't in the HEROES Act, which did pass the House. PPP is in the HEALS Act that didn't pass, and in the skinny bill that didn't pass. So we don't really have any real PPP out there. So that's right. I love it with flying colors. Someone said it's bedtime. Let's see. Massachusetts unemployment lump sum $1,800. Boom. I'm loving that. So glad, Dave P. Thank you for letting us know, those that are in Massachusetts. Let's see. Yep, worth it. Let's see. Somebody said something. Let's see. Florida got with it and got mine direct deposit September 8th, but my husband's come to check, haven't received. All right. Well, Mimi, I hope that comes soon. Terry, let's see. Patty B, might need a refresh. Terry, 91 thumbs up. Oh, we got 99 thumbs up, 337 on. Thank you all for being on, everybody. Hope you're doing well. It was kind and generous. Thank you so much with flying colors. I think you were, and Terry D, I see it now. Thanks, thumbs up. Danking, your book helped me understand my CPA. Now, I don't take her sarcasm personally. I love it. I love it, Danking. Oh, I love that so much. I hope we mailed something else to you. Send us an email. Love to mail you something. Let's see. Dang with flying color says, yes, we're at 333. My goodness, I'm loving this. Thank you so much, everybody. Veronica Ford, hope you're doing well. C. Manuel. Let's see. Veronica Ford. Oh, when do Virginia pay? I don't know if anybody's got info on Virginia. Tony Yu, is Amanda going to fall asleep? Maybe. Gecko and Carol Baskin, thumbs down. Gecko took it back. I love it. How can you thumbs down? The coach, I love it. CJ, we're in California and hubby got unemployment last week for 1 week. Not sure how many weeks we'll get all together. Guessing 5. Well, I hope you get as many as you possibly can. Let's see. Jackie, thank you so much. I'm loving it. With flying colors, I'm going to pray for them. JJ the CPA. Damn it, Carol Baskin. Now, Amanda, if you were on as you, I don't know what, I guess I don't follow this thing on the administrator thing. To the person who gave the thumbs down, bless your heart and have a magical day. Boom. Keep it rolling, JJ. Thumbs up, Jackie says. I love what Gary Vee said about the people who leave crap comments. Don't be mad at them. Feel sorry for them because they have lost at life. Yes. So JJ the CPA that's showing up, that's my soulmate Amanda. Car Shop Reality Recap. I have a $1 bet with JJ. Oh, that's right. Say no stimulus check will pass both houses of Congress deadline Halloween. That's right. And we got Robert Ash. Thank you, JJ. Watch all your videos. Best way to support. Boom. Best way to support. Thank you so much. Right here, we got a couple of books. I'm on Amazon.com. Let's boycott the government. Jacob, I tell you what, let's boycott them after they finally pay out some stimulus, and let's pay attention at the voting booth. Where's my stimulus check? Well, gassed. Yeah, nothing new on number 2. Hopefully you got everything on number 1. I've got an update I did over the weekend called Stimulus Update, like one of my most recent 4 videos. And I've got some links in there. So in case you're talking about the first one, there's 3 different ways that the IRS is saying, hey, if you didn't get all the first one, money got withheld because of child support, or you had a dependent and the money didn't get sent because the IRS wasn't aware of the dependent, or you just haven't gotten in general. They've got some things that they've come out with the last few weeks. I've got links in there, or just go to irs.gov. Hopefully you got all the number 1, but if not 2. Let's see, Jacob and Mimi, Florida, we did get our back pay, $2,600, $4,400 only took 9 months, right on time, got our new home. Jeez. Let's see, Lester, unverifiable information on my EIDL application, deny, but no information about it. Dang it, unverifiable information on my EIDL application. So, you know, Lester, I mean, give them a call. You got nothing to lose if I'm understanding your comment. You should have an application number. Give them a call. They've been super helpful. So hopefully, Jacob, can you give me a shout out? Absolutely. We got Jacob Brent Haverstick in the house. Loving it. Thank you for being on, Jacob, my friend. And let's see. Gas, thanks. Thanks, JJ. We'll check it out. Patty B, how do we make you New York Times best-selling author? I really appreciate that. You know, Amanda has said that my next book, I need to write my story. And I kind of thought of a way to include my story, my life story, so to speak. Not that, I mean, it's just an interesting one. Let's just say that. People have had it worse. But nonetheless, working in my story into kind of what we're all dealing with right now, which is just seeking safety, having to look to the future. So when I was growing up and, you know, I was in, you know, I was, let's see, how do you phrase it? Basically, well, I had a guardian ad litem, so I was taken out of the home 3 times. This is when I was a teenager. So anyways, I left home when I was right after my junior year in high school. So I skipped my senior year, went off to college, and you know, I was basically, Patty B probably knows this. Those of you that watch a lot, you know this, but basically I was taken. They didn't call it this, I guess, back then, but I was a missing child growing up. And so I grew up under an assumed name and went off to college and kind of escaped my childhood. And had to decide when I was in college who I wanted to be. And I then changed back to my birth name. And when I was changing back to my birth name, I was with a wonderful counselor at the college I was at. We sat down and decided who was Joshua Jensen going to be. Who was Joshua Jensen going to be? Because I grew up Joshua Crane, and no one knew other than my mom and my stepdad. My brothers didn't know, only my grandfather was I in contact with. I wasn't in contact with anybody else. No one knew where I was. I was on a milk carton, missing kid. All I'm saying is, maybe that will be a kind of story that might be compelling to read. So I'm contemplating it and thinking it over. I want to do it in a way that also helps people with the story versus just telling the story, because people have had it way worse than me. I've got it really good now, even though I've earned every aspect of it and came out of a hole covered in mud, and now I've got all you right here that are making life wonderful and awesome. So, okay, let's see. Here we go. Patty B, we got Gene. So what happens with the unused funds from the last bill? Yeah, no joke, Gene. You know, I had a little theory on that, Gene, so Gene McIntyre from Houston, Texas, our great friend, like many on here all the time. Thank you for being on, Gene. But Gene, I had a theory. You probably heard it. But I had a theory that, man, Amanda, I better charge my phone. See, I don't have a professional studio here. I'm just a CPA in my home office. And I better charge my phone because I'm just doing it on my phone. I thought I was going to go on for 10 minutes. Thank you all for being on. Let me just charge this right here, Gene. But Gene, I kind of had this theory, and I don't think it's actually, I think I was just wishful thinking, but I had a theory that the reason the Skinny Act did not include the stimulus check, because I thought that was just the most ridiculous thing ever, was, well, maybe they're just going to use what was left over, because, oh gosh, it's like $350 billion. I know Trump maybe took credit for it, that he found it, or maybe that's how it was reported. He didn't find it. It was just left over. But nonetheless, yeah, let's go. Like, let's go. Why can't that just be sent out? They've already appropriated for it. I know the Secretary of the Treasury right now is beside himself and has been beside himself for weeks because the Republicans and the Democrats, the Senate, the House, President, you pick it. Everybody agrees you need to send stimulus checks out. So like, let's go. Like, get those out. It's just like ridiculous. All right. Let's see. Card shop. Okay, JJ and Amanda. I'm privately rooting for a video this week that shows the fountain in a cameo appearance. I love it. We got Adam Lewis, been watching since you were given tough love on PPP. I appreciate that, Adam. Thanks for all the help business. Thank you for all the help business doing is amazing. Thank you for that, Adam. I really appreciate that. Yeah, that's way back, my friend. That's way back. Thank you for being on. I really appreciate that. Shoot. Wow. Let's see. Jump down here. Here we go. Here we go. Greg, Alabama is helping out the cause. The incumbent Democrat senator is behind by 26 points. Let's see. ABED, Abed, Mahmoud. I am terrible with names, so I apologize. Hello, I'm trying to find key dates. It seems only Forbes is providing the key dates. September 18th, executive order. If nothing passes, can you confirm? Yes, Forbes is phenomenal. Okay, September 18th, executive order. If nothing passes, can you confirm? Help me understand a little more on the September 18th. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on that. Executive order if nothing passes. Help me on that one. I'm sorry, I'm not sure. Let's see, 364 and counting. We got 369. Thank you so much. No problem. Just speaking it into existence. Love it. Got my husband's right back. He is so proud. Let's see. 19 newer, got a chance to vote. He's 54. Love it, Mimi. Everybody should be able to. Card Shop Reality, guaranteed. Tony U. Boy, I almost got to the end here, Amanda. I almost got to the end. Mimi, wow, glad you, oh, thank you so much. Glad you are a success. Thank you so much. Boom, nailed it. Mimi, Trump is going to use it by executive order. T-Fighter, Mary, I'd love to read that book, JJ. Well, thank you so much. Amazon.com, thank you. And my goodness, Amanda, how rude of me. Amanda, my soulmate, has a book as well, How to Be a Potato. This isn't your average cookbook, mainly because it isn't a cookbook. So Amanda is a superstar, especially on LinkedIn, like legit, like soared, boom. So this is how her journey went, and for you to learn. So anyways, Amanda, my soulmate, she's got her book on Amazon as well. Thank you for that, T-Fighter Mary. Captain Phillips, thank you for staying up. I appreciate that. Let's see, with flying colors. Now your graciousness and love for us all makes sense. Aw, thank you, with flying colors. And let's see. Now, shoot. Danking. Sometimes we can turn our mess into a message. Please write your life story to inspire people who may be going through what you've been through. Well, thank you, Danking. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. 376. I know, with flying colors. This is awesome. Mimi, his Main Street loan was a joke. Well, I think Main Street loan was probably it was out of the CARES Act, and yeah, it's not. No one's taking it. I mean, like, I don't know if it's because no one qualifies for it, but it seems like, you know, like 1% of it's been loaned out or something like that. Let's see. Rio Flamingo, what's going on, my friend? Mimi, this is from a state who I got. Terry Fogg, we've been robbed. That's what they're doing with our money. Florida governor kept the money in the bank, collecting interest, allocating unemployment, which is a hot mess. Dang it. And you gave up. Terry Fogg, dig deep. Dig deep if I'm understanding there. Dig deep and go get it. Raise hell if you have to. Raise hell. Thanks for your time. Let me look for the link again in Forbes. Yeah, hey, do me a favor. Will you email it to me? Let's see. Yogesh is a stimulus check only on W-2 income or K-1 as well. So the stimulus check is all income, believe it or not. So it's W-2 and K-1 when you're looking at the limitations. So it's not based on that. It's just that if you make too much, then you don't get it. Let's see. The only way we get stim checks is if Pelosi can find a way to get credit. Otherwise, it ain't happening by Halloween and I win the $1. But say I lose $1,199. That's true. That's true. No pillow talk for JJ tonight. That's right. Mimi, God bless Alabama. If Tommy wins, poor boy could not beat Bama. Still haven't gotten the first one. Oh my gosh. Okay, Yogesh. I did a stimulus check update. That's the name of it. I did it Saturday, so it's very recent. In the body of that video, I've got links to the IRS, or just go to irs.gov, but I've got links in there. And there's a number of ways for you to check on your payment or provide information that might be missing. The IRS is going to be sending out started to send out 9 million letters trying to get people their first stimulus check. Know this, if you don't have it by October 15th or you haven't made arrangements, what the IRS is indicating is that then you'll just have to file your tax return for 2020 to actually get the dollars. Terry Fogg, they still owe me the PUA, but made it impossible to jump through the hoops. They actually changed my app. Oh my gosh, grade to third grade. How's that? Gee, many Christmas. Well, Terry, I'm sorry to hear that. Maybe talk to your congressperson, talk to your state rep. Yeah, I mean, if you need it, go get it. I understand what you're saying, and so I'm just trying to be encouraging to you, Terry. Eduardo, EA, what's up? What did I miss? Eduardo, how are you, sir? Well, we've just been talking about how there's not that much going on right now. The unemployment seems to be about the only thing that's new here, but not even recent new. It's just the executive order that came into play. CJ, I was waiting for you to ask the question about Amanda's book on Friday. I had the title all ready to go, but you never asked. Oh man, dang it, CJ. All right, CJ, you send us an email. If you haven't gotten a t-shirt, we will send you a t-shirt. So Amanda and I, we've got our t-shirt here, JJ the CPA and the Amanda. We've just been giving them away for free. And the reason we're giving them away is that they're vintage. We were going on tour. We were going to travel around the country and help small businesses at no charge to them. And this is where we were supposed to go. We literally had bought all the airfare. Luckily, we got on Southwest, so we got credits for everything. And so anyways, we got these shirts and we were going to give them out when we went around. So anyways, CJ, send us an email. We'd love to send you one of these. I think we're down to just larges. And then for those of you that haven't been on before, we got koozies that we give out when we go live. And then I'd love it if everybody would help my friend. He's coaches Pit Barbecue. He's a combat veteran. None of this goes to me. He's a combat veteran. And he doesn't say this, but it's just true. He's a disabled combat veteran. Served 11 years. He was on the 20-year track, but gave his ankle and his knee to this country. And thumbs up to Coach's Pit Barbecue. So you can go to coachespitbarbecue.com. Okay, if you don't know much about our story or Coach or me, this one's not as expensive, okay? But it would be great to show your support. This one's expensive. And the reason why is that I asked him to create, now he's the one that created this. I wanted him to create a special JJ the CPA version. He was kind enough to put this together and help promote the book. But I set the price on this one. I set it, not him, to help this combat veteran who's been closed down. He's out in California. He's been closed since mid-March, except for 3 weeks. And he served for 11 years, then got out, got his degree, got his master's, became a special ed teacher, a football coach, and then March 2019 started Coach's Pit Barbecue. It's just, I shouldn't say just, but it's a barbecue trailer business. Meaning he doesn't have a restaurant. He can't, in California, other than if it's a gathering more than 12, he can't do anything about it. And so anyways, go to coachespitbarbecue.com, coachespitbarbecue.com. He's on with us now, a great friend. So it's just a way we can help. So he fell through the cracks a little bit. When you're a new business, okay, just think about this. When you're a new business, what are you going to qualify for? Not much, okay? Not much. So help me help a combat veteran in California with a barbecue business. So, all right, hey, I appreciate y'all, and it'd be great if you could support Coach's Pit Barbecue right there. We're only selling 100 of these. Oh, and then yes, if you buy this one, the first 98 people will invite you to a Zoom where Coach is going to teach me how to barbecue. It'll be 2 hours. It'll be a virtual barbecue outing. It'll be a lot of fun. Let's see, Danking wore my JJ and Amanda t-shirt today. Boom, I love it. Oh, I wish you would have sent us a picture. I really appreciate that. So help out Coach. Help out Coach. And I mean, are you kidding me? This would, if anything, this is like this is what you want to get Uncle Ralph for Christmas. Okay? You're going to give Uncle Ralph this dry rub that has a CPA on it. Like what? Uncle Ralph's going to love it. Aunt Beth's going to love it. Your dad's going to love it. Your like the person you don't know what to buy for. Boom, right here. Some Coach's Pit Barbecue. It's cracking the dry rub code, which is helping to promote also my book. So none of the proceeds go to me, all to Coach. Show him some love. Rio Flamingo, amen to that. And let's see. Oh, we got, someone said they'll buy one. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Let me, okay, yes, I got you. Eddie, who wants to take a big loan with 5-year payback in this questionable environment? And Yogesh, sorry about that. Let's see, Card Shop, to all the new viewers, I promise it's not Alex Jones, contrary to being a lookalike. What? Look like freaking Alex Jones. Boy, I better lose some weight, Amanda. I didn't think I had that kind of chin. All right. The Republican that is beating the incumbent Democrat senator used to be coach of Auburn. I'll have to forgive him. Got you now. And that comment might get ignored. CSR, we got a lot of good conversation. All right, Patrick P. said, I'll buy one. Thank you, Patrick. I really appreciate that. Really, really appreciate you. Dream Gaming 02, do you know how long a pending determination would take for unemployment? Well, I'll tell you what, some of the states are acting fast. Some are still trying to get things linked up. So normally what I'm encouraging people, and if you've seen some of my videos where I got the nickname Coach, get at, like call. I mean, just follow up, be relentless, get a supervisor's name. With Flying Colors had a great suggestion there. Get a supervisor's name. Mimi said, done and done. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. So Dream Gaming 02, I know you need the help. So just be relentless. Hopefully you're going to the right department. I don't know that it'll help, but all I can do is say this. If the video that I did this weekend called unemployment update, and then I did FEMA unemployment update. So check that out. I guess I'm getting tired. I'm sorry, Dream Gaming Don't too. There's links in there is what I'm trying to say. There's links in there. Coach's Pit Barbecue, Jackie. www.coachespitbbq.com. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. And you're staying up late. You're still on. And now you're going to go buy some JJ the CPA dry rub. Wow. I'm loving it. Veronica Ford, I want a shirt. Send us an email. I really appreciate that. JJ at jjthecpahelp.com. Veronica Ford, love it. But Veronica, if you know, sometimes that might be your stage name. Tell us in the regarding line. We got 115 thumbs up and 2 thumbs down. Here's what people don't know about the thumbs down. Okay, first of all, someone must be angry with life. So I wish you best. Please don't come back. The other part is that YouTube sees it the same as a thumbs up. They just see it as you know, interaction. They see it as, oh, someone watched it. So thumbs up, thumbs down, doesn't matter. But hopefully the thumbs up. Please don't ever come back. I'm giving away free information. I don't want you to get any of it. All right, bring your own barbecue. If any of you have questions, Dax, stars are going to the Stanley Cup. Mimi, I love food. Trucks, I feel ya. Let's see. Well, shoot, I better wrap up here. What? Oh my gosh, Amanda, 1041? Oh my goodness. Okay, we better rock and roll here. Thank you all so much for being on. CSR, did you wear yellow shorts too? Captain Phillips, LOL, Uncle Ralph. Thank you so much, JJ and Amanda. We love you so much. You bet, coaches. We love you. And Rio Flamingo, Abid Mahood. Sorry, the information is on CNET. Jackie, awesome. Yay, the Zoom party. Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. I'm telling you that right now. And yep, that's stylish. We got, let's see, I'm catching up. Kelly Thomas, who's Alex Jones? Yeah, we don't even know who Alex Jones is. Now I have to Google, but I don't want to leave the live. I appreciate that. I love it. And let's see. Glenda, Mimi, Done and Done, thank you so much. Captain Phillips, JJ, better looking than Alex Jones. Well, I appreciate that. Let's see, where do we buy the rub? Captain Phillips. Well, shoot, we got Darla Wilson. Must do the replay, just got here. Well, Darla, thank you for coming on, and I really appreciate you. I hope you're doing well. I have to sign off. Y'all have a great night. You too, Captain. And let's see, Niders, 350 viewers. Eddie, I've applied for the EIDL reconsideration for the loan increase. Any idea how long it takes to get a response? You know, I don't. I would say, 10 days, maybe 11 business days, and then I'd call. I'd send an email when you call, see if you can get potentially the person's email address that you're talking to. And then I'm sure, Eddie, you won't. I know you won't, Eddie. So I'm just saying this in general. But remember, whoever you're talking to, it's not their fault. And we attract more flies with honey. Is that what it's called? What do they say? Something like that. Anyways, Eddie, you're a great person. I know you're not going to take it out on them. CJ, got to get going. Thanks for the great show. Have a great week. Thank you so much, CJ. Really appreciate you. Timothy, Arizona DES have not paid me for 24 weeks now. No issues. Why? PUA, what do I do? Jiminy Christmas. Timothy Dang, so what other people are saying in other states, good night, Coach's Pit Barbecue. What people are saying in other states is that you got to apply for regular, you have to apply for regular unemployment and then get denied to get PUA. Go to my unemployment update video that I did this weekend. I did one that says unemployment update and then FEMA and FEMA unemployment update. And there's links in there. Maybe you're going to get to a different link. I don't know. Okay, Timothy said he did. Man, I don't know. In Arizona, that's really disappointing. I guess keep calling and I don't know, man. I'm sorry, Timothy. I'm sorry for the circumstances. Let's see. Card Shop, Glenda, Terry, Mowo, come back, and live is still going. JJ loves his fans. I appreciate that. That's right, John Hamilton. Let's see. All right, thank you for the email, Danking. Love to say we'll go live on Friday at 4. We go live Friday at 4 p.m. Maybe we need to go later. Love to stay, but almost midnight here in Michigan. Hey, thank you for staying. I really appreciate you. Good to watch this out of all the stressful videos out there. Thank you so much. And let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Pulled back coming months. Timothy, best of luck to you on that stuff. I hope you come back as I find more. But check out those videos. John Hamilton, good night. Glenda, man, you might need to sneak down to pull the plug. I hear you. Night, John. Coaches, Friday at 4. Here comes the hook. Set reminders, everybody. So on Mondays at noon, I have a video come out that's called 5 Tips in 5 Minutes. Today was on employees and employers. Give raises, recognition, ask for a raise, retirement plan. 5 minutes and 5 tips in 5 minutes. Wednesday nights, I come out with a video called Mistakes That Businesses Make. So being a CPA for the last 27 years, I share some of the things that I've seen my clients do to just share on how to help it. Kelly, good night. And then Thursday, we do a premiere live at 9. And it's just something different every Thursday. Friday, we go live at 4. And then each night, I'm trying to put out a stimulus video. And tonight, I just had no time. So I told Amanda, well, then I'm going live at 8. And I was just supposed to be on for 10 minutes, and we've been on 2 hours and 46 minutes. So thanks for tuning in. It was great to answer the questions. I'll look forward to seeing everybody. Maybe we need to go later, Amanda. Maybe Friday at 4. We need to have our happy hour later. 314 watching. Thank you so much. Much love to everybody. Hope y'all are doing well. And if you need the help, be relentless. Be relentless. Keep following up. Keep following up. Call every day. Just call every day. Get to know them. Get them to know them by first name. All right, Greg. Roll Tide. I'm out. All right. Hey, and then everybody, if you haven't watched my videos before or you haven't watched them till the end, this is how you know. CSR knows. CSR's ready. Thanks for tuning in, Tony. Appreciate you. Glenda, good night. Thanks for tuning in. I'd love it if you subscribe. And then don't you ever forget, you've never met a CPA quite like me. All right, y'all. Thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, I'd love it if you did. Y'all have a great night. Much love. We'll see you, Glenda. See you, Tony. See you, CSR. CSR, thanks for, you're just driving up the traffic. Really, really appreciate that. Jackie, catch some Z's. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. Good night, Patty B. And all right, well, I guess we will sign off. See you all. Much love.